And another thing I want to push, can we really be honest and be realistic that when women pass stuff to other women and when women pass stuff to men and boys and children, can these men and boys get empathy too? Because everybody can feel sorry when a woman gets something. When a woman gets something, oh, you got it from that dirty man who's on a DL. Oh, you got it from that dirty man who was bisexual. Never mind the fact that she could have got it from blood transfusion, she could have been born with it. Or at the same time, yes, I understand some women can pass stuff, some men can pass stuff to women, but can it be 50-50? Because we're always hearing about women hit this. And let me be honest, when men be homeless on a store on a corner, they barely get anything. Even when I asked for change, somebody said get a job. See, being a male is still hard just as being a female. But everybody want to keep, and I don't understand this. So if when I ask for fish, instead of me showing me how to build a kitchen to make other food, at the same time, you want to keep me coming to your head so you can give me whatever you want me to have. This is how it rolls.
What's good? GeoFuck Psych Perspectives. And I think it's important that we talk about this. Sexual assault and abuse. First of all, if you're on Twitter, you probably already know about this. But a 20-year-old black woman sexually molested, raped a 12-year-old black boy. And that black boy ended up contracting herpes from that 20-year-old black woman. And a lot of people have mixed views on it.
It's fucked up views.
You see the 12-year-old black boy's family members confronting the 21-year-old black woman who molested and raped him and gave him herpes. And it's two black women. One black woman is the one filming and talking, and another black woman comes in and suplexes the 20-year-old black woman that raped and molested and gave the boy herpes. And a lot of people are like, well, some people are like, well, if that was my son and he got him some pussy from a 20-year-old woman, I'm gonna be giving him dabs, my nigga. You got some pussy. And then other people.
But don't give a fuck about your son getting getting transmitted disease, SP, some sexually diseases. You don't give a fuck about that, right? Some of y'all men. And it's the fuck why males, no one gives a damn about y'all because you don't give a damn about yourself and your fucking sons. It goes back to what I'm saying. You worry about who's gay, you worry about who's what, but motherfuckers out here going missing, rape, found in the newspaper, elders getting killed, and it's like, okay, but this shit should rock your boat. But see what I'm talking about? But us gay males that mind our business and trans that mind our business, we're the scapegoats. This is gonna stop. If I gotta make videos after videos on videos.
Or like, what the hell, nigga? That's child molestation. That's rape. He's a 12-year-old boy. He clearly cannot consent to that type of activity with a grown 20-year-old woman. On top of the fact that he contracted herpes because of this 20-year-old woman that molested and raped him. So I just want to talk about this because I feel like oftentimes, especially when it comes to masculine people, men, boys, they are victims of sexual assault, sexual abuse, sexual harassment, and sexual violence too. And nobody really talks about that. And then going deeper, feminine people, women, girls can be sexual predators, abusers, harassers too. Sexual assault doesn't have a gender, doesn't have a sexuality, doesn't have a race. It doesn't discriminate. However,
and another thing I want to add to that, this is why us today generation don't go to many churches, because these same preachers and minister, up with the Jesus. And another thing I want to ask, when we give our money to y'all in a place, where do y'all money go? Is it going to help with our bills? Is it going to help with our job? No, because you got these limos. You're somewhere in a nice fucking island or traveling while our asses eat noodles. There's no shade to noodles because I love noodles, but let's keep 100. Y'all in these bars, restaurants, doing what the fuck y'all want. Looking good, paying y'all tithes and offers, but at the same time, struggling. Y'all can give a cat kitty. No wonder why we got this fucking corona happen. Because even y'all, people that think y'all above approach, y'all about to get a wake-up call too. You know, a lot of y'all people that's on some fucked up shit, y'all about to get bucked up. So buckle y'all seatbelt and brace yourself.
If we're going to speak in terms of statistics and numbers, statistically speaking, men are more likely to be the aggressors, women are more likely to be the victims. That is.
But at the same time, how do men get groomed? How do little boys before they come disguised males get groomed into being victims? I mean, being predators. It don't just happen overnight. Because remember, you got the moms around, you got the aunts around, grandmoms around, and other male influence that say, "Hey, you need to try this young." And this is what's strange about being a young little boy to damn near develop a teenager, where some of us are kept always around our mom, but when the mom's not looking or mom's doing something, something's up. No, we gotta start asking intense fucking questions, even burn somebody's tongue out with the hot sauce truth. That's the reality. But go ahead, baby. I love this man. He's beautiful.
True. However, that's not always the case. And we also need to address the dynamics of sexual abuse, especially pertaining to masculine beings, because a lot of times there's this idea, well, he wanted it, or, well, he got some pussy from an older woman, he the man, he's 12. And now he has herpes. And herpes is an STD, a sexually transmitted disease. There's no cure for herpes. That he's gonna have that for the rest of his.
But at the same time, y'all motherfuckers praising that little boy, that 12-year-old boy, of getting of getting of getting getting disgusted pea blood juice. Be fucking realistic, but you're praising men. See, black men or men as a whole, it's gonna be a lot of tenfold fucking happening. Be prepared. It's gonna be a lot of 10 fucking fold happening coming your way.
Life, okay? He's gonna be on bell tracks and having to go to the hospital and the doctor to check up on if he has an outbreak or any of that for the rest of his life.
And this is the why not too many people give it, and y'all wonder why. Oh, nobody cares about the black man. This is the fuck why nobody cares about the black man, because it starts with the boys and us as young boys getting that balance and that healthy balance. Just with the girls, it started out with the girls getting that young healthy balance before they before they hit womanhood too. That's the reality.
Now, that's an additional burden because he's gonna have to inform all of his potential sexual partners in the future that, hey, I have herpes because I was molested and raped by a 21-year-old woman when I was 12. And that's some sick, perverted shit. And the fact
I want y'all to hear this shit for what it is. Why y'all men need to wake the fuck up if y'all choose to.
people are sitting up trying to joke about it. And then bringing it to the black community is very important because a lot of sexual abuse and assault and harassment is swept under the rug in our communities. Okay, hence why the R. Kellys of the world are able to thrive for decades.
And that remind me, did y'all know R. Kelly's older sister molested and raped him and his 3 other brothers? Did y'all know? Oh no, y'all didn't know. You didn't know that R. Kelly's, and I'm not excusing what R. Kelly did because that's fucked up, but his sister was fucking him and his 2 other brothers. His sister was the oldest. See, R. Kelly was the second male child. R. Kelly had a 6-year-old brother, and R. Kelly one time was 10 when his brother was 6, and then he had like a 14-year-old brother, and then his sister was 16. So basically, they close in age around the house. But at the same time, y'all motherfuckers over a year ago gonna make a song roasting on Kelly's sister and molesting him. This is why a lot of y'all black men, y'all talking about, oh no, the white men getting their days. You're getting your days too, black men, because you're still abusing the circumstances of some upper hand you have. Just as white men, they've been abusing their privilege too. And females, don't take off the hook either, because this is why we playing this video too. But this is for everybody to get this wake up call.
Because it's often swept under the rug. Nobody really cares about the safety of a lot of our children in our communities, a lot of our people in our communities. And it got me thinking about a lot of masculine people and men and boys and people who are masculine and identify on with that gender identity, and how
Don't give a
come
frick.
off as being, very sexual, very promiscuous, and very.
And this is my question. Like I said when I made a bill about my fetish. How come everybody gonna say I got a male problem? Why you like that? But when it comes to motherfuckers out here molesting kids and passing diseases on to other people and kids, those videos are not around. Even molestation videos are not big. But me being a grown ass man looking to do grown ass healthy stuff, I'm the one with the problem. And I do have psychological problems, but no, I ain't that big of a fucking elephant in the room to be all buzzing. Give me a break. Take it away, young man.
Active sexually, but we don't really know the background. We don't really know if that is their true choice, if that was their autonomy or not. Because a lot of times when people are introduced to sex before they're supposed to be introduced, or they're victimized and abused, and they go through sexual trauma, some people will become extremely sexually active and promiscuous because that's how they cope. And then there's people like myself. I was sexually molested in the 3rd grade. I was 8 years old. I was sexually molested by a grown ass man that lived next door for an entire year, and that pretty much turned me off from sex. Like, that's why I can say I'm 26. I'll be 27 in October.
You look damn good.
Willing. And
even you got that baby face like I got that baby face.
I'm pretty much a virgin. I don't do shit. I'm in therapy now. It took me years to get into therapy, which brings me to my next point. That 12-year-old boy, he needs to be in therapy. He needs to be in counseling. Because no telling what type of ramifications are going to come out of the sexual abuse that he had to endure from a 20-year-old woman who gave him herpes. Okay, so he needs to be.
And not to make this about me, and I'm going to be quiet right here, but this is the fuck why I'm not a fan of intercourse and penetration. If I do it, it's got to be a very special moment. And when I say special, not the special one I choose, or they send to me, I ain't going to get that. But that's why I'm not a fan of intercourse and penetration, because like I said in some of these bills, I've been taken advantage of sexually, and I'm not going to get into that, but I have. The last time I was sexually taken advantage of, I was 23, going 24, but that's another story. But go ahead. But I will say twice in my life was 3 different females and 5 different males I've been taken advantage of. But I'll get into that another time.
Therapy and counseling, he needs all the love and support around him. Instead of sitting there talking about, oh yeah, bro, you got pussy, bro, you got a 20-year-old woman, bro. No. And then it's crazy how the dynamics change, because if that was.
And I gotta stop right there. I remember when I was in 8th grade, I got in trouble for showing a girl my candy bar outside, and she convinced me. And I never forgot when I got home, my mom gave me a look, but she never spanked me. But some cousin of mine gave me a pound. And I'm like, no, why would you do that? I should have gotten in trouble. Now, thank God I didn't get, and thank God I still graduated, but still. And this is what I want to say. Why is it that the guys got to be having sex, but then they get going to be rapists, but females got to be virgins and pure? That don't make sense. It's not wrong with a guy being a virgin. It's not wrong with a female being pure, as long as she's not a predator. But go on.
A 12-year-old girl who had sex, who was raped and molested by a 20-year-old man who also gave her herpes, everybody would be up in arms talking about how wrong that is. Or they would be talking about how she wanted it. Because again, depending on who you're talking to and where their mindset is, their perspective could be
Fucked up.
horrible. So, you feel me? But the point is, it really makes you think, like, and especially like growing up for me, after what I experienced and just seeing how a lot of the masculine people in my life, a lot of the men and boys and people who were masculine in my life kind of portrayed this, oh, well, we just out here getting it in. We just busting nuts. We just getting hoes. We conquering our sexual conquest, when really a lot of these people were probably victims of sexual abuse. I'm just gonna be honest. And I think we need to talk about it more, because
I'm here
this
for
is
that.
sickening and it ruins people's lives. I mean, your developmental stage, the trauma that you go through, the CPTSD, PTSD, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. It's like, damn, I have to relive what I went through for the rest of my life while my case, he didn't go to jail. There was no court. There was no charges pressed. I didn't even get a fucking physical checkup to make sure that I was okay physically, let alone mentally. It was brushed under the rug. And then you wonder why so many of us have so much hate and resentment and animosity towards the opposite sex, towards the opposite gender, or towards the same gender, same sex, depending on who did the abusing. That fucks with your mind, bro, mentally. So it's like, these are conversations that need to be discussed, and we need to be coming up with solutions to prevent this sick shit from happening to people in our communities, to our family members, to our friends, to our neighbors. I mean, damn. Anyways, me too, okay? Me too.
Everybody too.